this first episode, we'll take a look at P-51 ace, Major Donald Strait, who flew with a 356 fighter group in World War II. Major Strait scored 13.5 victories with the 361st Fighter Squadron of the 356 fighter group, being the top ace of this group, achieving all but 3 of his kills in Mustangs, largely in the final months of World War II. Born on April 28, 1918, and growing up in Verona, New Jersey, Strait had wanted to fly since he was a youngster, and after a brief, uninteresting stint with the Prudential Insurance Company, he enlisted in 1940 in the 119th Observation Squadron of the New Jersey National Guard. He started as an armourer and moved up to become an aerial gunner in the two-seater O-46 and O-47 observation planes. In early 1942, he qualified as an aviation cadet and started his training at Maxwell Field, Alabama. After moving up through primary and basic training, he received his wings and his commission in the United States Army Air Force in January 1943. Receiving his first choice assignment as a fighter pilot, he began flying the P-47 Thunderbolt at Westover Field, Massachusetts. Moving up to the dramatically more powerful Thunderbolt and flying it out over the snowy New England countryside was a real challenge. But after checking out in the P-47 and completing transition training, he was assigned to the 356 Fighter Group, then at Bradley Field, Connecticut. It was formed in the United States on December 8, 1942, and consisted of 3 squadrons, the 359th, the 360th, and the 361st Fighter Squadrons. They were dispatched to England on the Queen Elizabeth in the autumn of 1943, and were first based at Gox Hill in Lincolnshire, where they were equipped and received their aircraft. They were the Republic Aviation P-47 Thunderbolts. Many of these were flown to England via the northern route, refueling in Newfoundland, Greenland, Iceland, and Scotland en route. So after deploying overseas, the 356 Fighter Group of the United States Army Air Force would be based in England at Martlesham Heath from October 1943 to May 1945. Pilots of the 359th Fighter Squadron were billeted at Kesgrave Hall. Pilots of the 360th Fighter Squadron were billeted at Playford Hall, and pilots of the 361st Fighter Squadron were billeted in houses around the aerodrome at Martlesham. For a while, the Americans shared the aerodrome with Typhoons from 56th Squadron of the Royal Air Force. The 356 made its first combat sorties in October 1943, with sweeps over Holland and northern France. Sightings of the Luftwaffe at this time were quite rare, and the group took over a month to score its first aerial victory. Strait's first combat occurred on February 6, 1944, when his flight bounced a pair of FW-190s while on an escort mission. He immediately attacked. The 190s split apart and he chased one down to the deck. He scored hits on it and the pilot bailed out. But he and his wingman had used too much fuel and barely made it back to base. However, a few days later, he shot down a couple more BF-109s while flying his Thunderbolt on February 10th and May 19th. By now, having completed well over 200 combat hours, he was entitled to rotate home, but agreed to continue flying on the front lines, provided that he was given command of the 361st Fighter Squadron. He took a 30-day leave and returned to Europe in September 1944. As the commanding officer of the 361st Fighter Squadron, Strait and Captain George May, the intelligence officer, reviewed daily sightings and dispositions of the Luftwaffe, and this helped him plan and lead the squadron's missions. The group flew their first Mustang mission on November 20th, 1944, the same day that Strait assumed command of the 361st Fighter Squadron. He led the squadron again on November 26, 1944, when it flew an escort mission over the heavily defended Ruhr area of Germany. After linking up with the B-17s just east of Holland, the pilots were advised of 40 bandits approaching from the south. As Strait's 16 Mustangs arrived in the Osnabrück area, they spotted the 40 BF-109s at 25,000 feet. They dropped their tanks and attacked. Then Strait spotted about another 150 German fighters at various altitudes, all preparing to attack the bombers. "We've got the whole damn Luftwaffe," he radioed. He then closed to within 350 yards of an enemy airplane and fired. It dived away smoking. Strait's wingman saw it crash. Strait soon bounced another 109, but it eluded him. He spotted a third and closed to within 300 yards and exploded it, a shared kill with Lieutenant Shelby Jett. After 2 more victories on the 5th of December 1944, Strait found more air combat on Christmas Day, this time in action against BF-109s, although he had a nasty moment when his first victim left oil and engine coolant all over his windscreen. Skidding away, Strait almost rammed his foe. He continued shooting down German planes, however, in 1945, with a confirmed FW-190 on January the 14th, another FW-190 on February the 14th, and 3 Pfizer Stork light observation planes on February the 20th, 1945. With 13.5 aerial victories, he was the highest scoring ace of the 356 Fighter Group in World War II. After the war, he rejoined the New Jersey Air National Guard and served on active duty during the Korean War, the Cuban Missile Crisis, and Vietnam. He retired from the Air Force in 1978 with the rank of Major General and was inducted into the New Jersey Aviation Hall of Fame in 1989.